live setting on this. This is day 1 of 100. I will be reposting these videos live for anyone to access. I do not expect or anticipate anyone to tune into this right now, but it will be there for reference in the future. These are free yoga classes. I have a bachelor's in yoga studies, a certificate in hot yoga, a certificate in teaching yoga in prisons, and my goal is to eventually teach yoga and meditation in prisons to people serving life and to pregnant populations. I've personally been studying for my own personal practice for 20 years, and teaching to others has actually not been my main focus. So today we're going to get to use my body as an example of what someone with hip and back problems might do if they were interested in doing yoga. So I'm going to do a very mellow practice. These videos will last from 45 minutes to 90 minutes, and they will consist of some kind of mixture of asana, pranayama, meditation, and talking about yogic philosophy and ethics. And I'm not saying every class will have those elements, but it will have one of the elements at least. So today I am, again, my back is hurting today, so I'm going to show you right now what my back looks like so that you can have a better understanding. Hello. So that you can have a better understanding of why I would be doing the postures that I'm going to be doing. So right now, if I sit up straight, it takes a lot of effort. It takes so much effort for me to sit up straight that it's kind of breathtaking. Like it's kind of like as if right after someone punches you in the stomach and you get the air knocked out of you. So essentially, my abdominal region is just like wasted. So I don't particularly care to show too much of myself, but this is all very difficult. Like I have to, so right now, basically, as you can see, my right hip is elevated, and if I walk, I kind of limp in this direction. And so a good thing to do, a good thing to get started with then is cat-cow. Now, let me see if the video is in a good spot. Thank you for your patience. Eventually I'll have this down. By day 100, I'm not going to have any questions about positioning the camera. Ooh. But I've been dealing with back issue for about 20 years. And one interesting thing that I've noticed is that when I got into the accident, I was about 16, 17 years old. And around the same time, I started learning yoga and I started doing drugs. And between the ages of about 17 to 29, I dabbled between yoga and drugs and also working in school. When I started getting sober, around that age of 29, that's actually when my back started really acting up. For those 10 years, my theory is that I was so high that my back didn't hurt. And now that I started getting sober, my body started processing the pain. And I mean sober. Like I don't know what I mean by sober. It's different for everyone, but for me, um, I had myself, yeah, I mean, I was down to coffee and cigarettes, and even that I've tried to get through. But surprisingly, sugar is actually the main thing I think would be most difficult to move through. All right, so cat cow. So because my lower back is hurting, I need to keep my body parallel. I need to keep my hips parallel. So there's several different postures I can do to do this. The cat cow is just going to help me warm up my body. So I have my wrists are below my shoulders, and my knees are below my hips. And this is cat, and that's just sending shocks down my hips. This is cow. I can barely move. This, if I keep doing this for a few minutes, I'll be able to move a little bit more. Now I'm going to kind of move my body in a circular manner to get my blood flowing. And then I'll go the other way. It's very important to keep breathing through the pain because you can kind of get stuck in the fear of the next wave of it coming. So now I'm going to go into, this isn't a very good angle, but I'll find one. So now I'm going to go into my hips are now parallel on the ground. That's where I'm trying to keep them at. And I don't have a lot of weight in my hands and the tops of my feet. See, my feet, they're together. They're zipped up, and the tops of them and the tops of my legs are on the ground. And I'm just going to let the top of my head lengthen out. No weight in my hands. And I'm pushing down through my hips to lift myself up. Meanwhile, keeping my legs zipped up, squeezing together. Now I'll try to look up a little bit. Then I'll push fully up. And now my foot is completely cramping, my left foot. Oh, another good one is floor bow. Just to get, so basically because I'm sitting, the way my back hurts, it's making my front of my body get really weak. And all the muscles in the front of my body are getting shortened. And so, by turning my body in the opposite direction, I'm going to lengthen out all these muscles on the front end. Well, first I'll do it here, and then I'll see if I can get a good angle from back there. So I'm just carefully kicking my feet into my hands. And that's doing all the work, keeping my hips on the ground. Hello. Let's see if we got a good angle here. All right. So I have tons of air going through my knees. There's not a lot of fast movement that I can do. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means I get to spend more time in each posture. See, already that's not hurting as much as it did at the beginning. And I can push up in the cow a little bit higher. One of the main reasons that I was drawn to yoga to begin with was because you can use it as an alternative to prescription drugs and to surgeries. All right. So now I'm going to do something that I really like. And I'm really digging the yin yoga, particularly for stress relief. I was originally trained in hot yoga, and if you like that kind of yoga, yin is actually a really complementary practice. So in yin, we hold the postures for a significantly longer amount of time. So I'm going to time this. And this is actually might seem really boring to you, but we're going to just get a little bit deeper with each posture. So I'm pulling up my timer right now, okay? So right now we're just going to sit in easy pose. An easy pose is kind of crisscross applesauce, and we'll do 3 minutes on each side. So right now my left leg on top of my right leg, and my legs are relaxed, and my hands will relax on my knees, and I will essentially sit in this posture for 3 minutes, and then I'll switch to the other side. I'll switch my legs, and for the whole 3 minutes we will breathe and work on just kind of keeping a straight spine. And we are off. 3 minutes with the easy posture. And you'll see that it will get progressively deeper, stretching into the hips. I don't know if I'll be able to do it today, but the final expression of this is into pigeon. This is lovely. I'm not going to say much more. And again, before I say less, thank you for joining me today for class 1 of 100. I truly hope that it helps someone. That was a minute. And you can do truly like 3 minutes to 10 minutes on each side with the yin practice. The more time you spend in it, the deeper you can get. I've had some of my most day after pain, like muscle pain from practices that you don't move very much in. And that was 2 minutes. And I'm really maintaining what is called the ujjayi breath. If I wasn't talking, I would just continue to breathe, basically through the back of my throat and in my heart. And I use the pit of my belly to fuel that breath. About 20 more seconds on this side. And now we switch. So the right foot and ankle comes on top of the left foot and ankle. And we'll sit for another 3 minutes. Ready and go. This is easy posture. If I remember correctly, the Sanskrit name is Sukhasana. We're at about halfway. The jaw is relaxed. The tongue is relaxed. The forehead and the ears are relaxed. The belly fills up on the inhale. And the belly empties on the exhale. As it empties, you can imagine the back of the belly button moving towards the spine. Breathing in and out of your heart with your ujjayi breath. Heart space is a very grounding place to breathe in and out of. And using the belly to warm it up, belly breath. And we're about done here. You can release and let that go. So now we're going to go one step deeper into that. So bringing your right ankle on top of your left ankle. And I have a mat that I'm using to show me what is parallel, but I'm going to keep my left leg parallel. I'm not bringing it in diagonally towards myself. I'm keeping it out straight in front of me, and I'm going to bring my right leg on, my right ankle on top of my left knee. Now, as you can see, look at all that space between my right knee and my left ankle. So I have very tight hips right now, and you might see by the end of the 3 minutes, this knee is a little bit closer to the ankle. So we're going to stay on each side here for 3 minutes again, just to get a little bit deeper. And I have my feet flexed. That helps me maintain balance, and it protects the joints. And my instinct is to kind of slouch, so it takes. I might use my fists and put them down to help me lift myself out of my hips a little bit. Careful not to hurt yourself. You're not trying to prove anything here. You're trying to help yourself, you know. Okay. Here we go. 3 minutes on each side. Right now, the right leg is on top of the left. And the weight of the foot on the knee helps to stretch the hip. Don't mind giving yourself a little support. I was definitely trained with you. Like, I just learned how to use props after about 20 years of practice. And some of it's really nice, actually. But with that said, I've made my adjustments to not using props. So you need to listen to your body and your practice. It's essential to the practice. Everybody's different. If you don't have lower back problems or hip problems, or this might not be for you right now, but that's okay. Like, there are several different types of yogas that exists on the face of this planet. About halfway through. And again, I'm trying to keep tension out of my neck muscles, my jaw, my tongue, but also simultaneously staying lifted. Grateful to the earth for holding my weight, supporting me. Three, two, one, and change. Gently coming out that side. Now the right leg comes down parallel in front of you, and the leg is on top. Yes, flex your feet My feet are flexed and I'm using, ooh, Lord have mercy. I can't say that I'm going to be able to get through 3 minutes on this side. But we're still going to hold it for 3 minutes in case you can. Here we go. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you, Jesus. All right, so I'm going to take my ankle and I'm going to put it on top of my left ankle's going on top of my right knee. And the goal is to do what I just did on the other side, holding myself up. But I'm just going to slowly work my way into it. But the clock is ticking. My body is quivering. This is challenging. This is a challenge. All right. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Oh, Lord have mercy. Thank you, Jesus. And if you are into prayer, this is let's see, what time is it? If you're into prayer watches, right now it's 8:33. God's plan, God's will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation and deliver us from evil. I know this pain is not personal. What is this pain teaching me? Amen. All right, that's about halfway. So as you might be witnessing at this time, this is an alternative to taking medications and getting surgery, hip surgery, back surgery. It's not fun, but it's not fun. Okay. I'm feeling stronger. That's 2 minutes. That was after about 2 minutes. That first 2 minutes was hellacious. That was not very. Thank God for prayer. See, that's great. Oh my God. Wow, it's all releasing now. Boy, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay. Look at all that confidence. I have confidence in sunshine. See, singing helps me feel better. That hurt a lot at the beginning. Okay. I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence. There's like all this stuff releasing right now on the left side of my body. Lord have mercy. I have confidence. If you don't know what that song, it's from Sound of Music. Okay, side 2 is coming to an end in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. Gently, carefully come out of that side. And we're going to just take a quick moment to stretch out the hips a bit. So, my heels are on the ground, my legs are stretched out in front of me, my hands are going down this way. And they're directly behind my back. I'm just going to push my heels into the ground and let my hips come up. And I'm going to just shake them out a little bit. That was a lot. Oh boy. Okay. That's okay. Okay, so now I think we're going to continue on and go one step deeper. So we started out in easy pose, then we made our legs parallel. And like I said, the goal of this part, you would be getting into pigeon, and it actually stretches your hips out a lot. So we'll see if I can do that to show you today. But so now we're gonna cross our legs a little bit deeper and basically stack our knees on top of one on top of the other. Okay, so my left leg is the bottom leg, and my right leg is the top leg. And in case you didn't hear the beginning of the video, I do have hip and back problems, and today is one of those days, and we get this opportunity to see someone working through back problems without having to use prescription drugs or surgery. That's one of the reasons that I was drawn to yoga to begin with. I'm not saying it's a super quick fix, but it's only a few minutes. That 3 minutes, by the end of that last 3 minutes, just then I felt significantly better. So my right knee is on top of my left knee, and we're going to stay here for 3 minutes. And this is just getting our hips stretched out and our joints stretched out. I'm trying to keep the upper body erect and also relaxed. So you're not like holding your breath through it. You're leaning into it. And the Ujjayi breath is kind of sounds like a wave. Or if you go like you're trying to leave fog on a cold window that you're going to draw heart into. It's that part of the mouth, of the throat, that you're making the sound with. But then you close your mouth and continue to breathe with the throat in through the nose and using the belly to fuel it. So ideally, when you take an inhale in a yogic practice, your belly's getting bigger. And it takes some training to kind of be conscious of that before it becomes secondhand nature again. Ooh. So my feet are flexed, and the weight of my right knee is stretching the outside of my left hip. But I'm not trying to move too fast or do too much here, other than just let gravity do its thing. Different breaths will get you going. So if you practice breathing higher up, that adds to anxiety. It also gives you energy. The more higher paced you are. So if you're trying to get out of an anxious moment, you want to bring it into your belly as deep as you can and slow it down. And it's not so much about control as it is so much about just working with, not against. We have about 30 more seconds on this side. And I'm feeling like amazingly deep stretch on my left hip. But it's very important that you honor your body. If you're new to yoga, please do check with your doctors, because I am not a doctor. All right, 3 minutes. But I have been studying yoga for a while. All right, so, but I'm definitely not a doctor. So now we're going to switch legs. Right leg is on the bottom, left leg is on the top. Stacking the knees. Oh, reset. And it might take me a minute to get into this side, but I'm going to go ahead and press start. After doing about an hour of yoga, definitely take it easy. Feel free take a little nap or lay down for 15 minutes, and I'll go for a nice walk, and have some water. Because when you move your body, stuff comes up, and that is a part of this experience. Just remember, you aren't your emotions. You don't have to believe everything you think. But when it comes up, don't be surprised. When we do hip work, it's generally associated with things like fear. So you have fear, they say, is stored in your hips, so that when you are scared, you can run faster because all that energy goes there so you can take off and run, right? But not everybody responds in that way. Some people stand there and fight, and some people freeze. So I've noticed in my personal studies that I tend to get very angry, not in the sense that I want to hurt anything or anyone, but in the sense that when I do hip work, I tend to cry a lot, and I tend to want to all of a sudden like be in a boxing club. I want to join boxing. And there's a lot going on in that area. So if you aren't aware of that, when you start doing hip work, you might be confused, like, hey, I'm stretching. Why do I all of a sudden want to throw punches? Oh, it's because your anger and your fear is stored in your hips. We have about 50 seconds left on this side. I'm going to not talk for the next 45 seconds. All right, and that's 3 minutes. I'm going to just go into Savasana for a minute and let my body reap the benefits of what we just did. Savasana, oh, there's no tension in any part of your body when you're in Savasana. This is receptive and a posture of surrender. It means dead man's posture. Your hands face up, your palms are up, you're receiving from the sun. If they're facing down, you're grounding. You're really not doing much. Just kind of imagining things, yourself melting and letting gravity hold you, and tongues relax, jaws relax. One of the things that I first learned is that this is one of the hardest postures to do. Just relaxing, just doing dead man's posture, Shavasana, Savasana. So now I'm going to roll onto my belly and I'm going to carefully give my hips, the front of my body, a stretch. The whole front side of my body a stretch. Oh my God. See, I don't think you can see my head, but I just laid my right ear on the mat and relaxed, and then I changed and I put my left ear and the left side of my face on the mat and relaxed so that we can keep the balance. Now I'm putting my chin on the mat. Excuse me. And I'm going to use my hands to help me push myself up. Let's see if we can do some down dog. Okay, friends, this is amazing. I want to see how many. Okay, 42 minutes. Lord have mercy. That I am like, that shit fucked me up. Holy fucking holy. That shit fucked me up. Okay. Yes, I do cuss, and I also smoke cigarettes, and I drink coffee, but I don't drink alcohol, and I don't have sex, so take it or leave it. Okay. Holy fucking cow, that fucked me up. Okay, let's do some down dog. And I don't think I will be able to do down dog for whatever it's worth. I think that I will not be able to straighten my legs at this point. So we'll start with cat cow just to get into it. Cow, woo, cat. Really, too. When you're in these, when your hands are on the ground, like your toes, use them. Use them. Like I'm digging my fingertips and my palms and my hands into the mat. I'm really letting that um uh hold me up, and then my toes too. Your feet have a lot going on in them, and they're not just out there hanging out. Like, you can use them to really help yourself stay grounded. So now, cat. Now, I'm going to push up into down dog. But, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. That's okay. That's okay. Oh! Oh. So we make adjustments, right? Okay, so I can't do that, but I can get my back straight. That doesn't hurt me at all. So I just kind of have to figure out a way to not totally hurt myself. Oh, Milwaukee, Now, okay, let's try kicking that one out. Oh my God. That doesn't hurt very much. Walkie. Maybe I'm making myself too short. I'm about 6 foot tall for what it's worth. Sometimes the mats are kind of smaller. And you try to fit into the mat, and you're actually just too tall, or you need a mat that doesn't make you feel. So plank is great. So right now I'm really pushing through my heels and of my feet and my hands and my toes. We'll just hold this for a minute. Because remember, strengthening your core is going to protect your back. And that's important to remember. All right, back in and down now. Let's see. Okay. Okay. That's okay. Back in the plank. Look at that. It's happening. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Back in the tabletop. Circling in both directions. Yeah, I said I cuss, but I don't curse. Om Aim Saraswati Namaha Om Aim Saraswati Namaha Om Aim Saraswati 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 Namaha Om. Oh. All right. So to wind down, we're going to just do a little bit of stretching of the hands. Okay, so this is called Thunderbolt posture. So I'm just sitting like on my heels, and my hands are out in front of me on my knees. And ideally, you're not leaning forward, slouching, or leaning backwards. You can also sit in easy posture for this, or you can sit on a chair. There's several different ways we can sit in this for this part. So we'll start by it's like you're holding a pen, and try to draw circles in the air with both of your hands with that pen. Get the blood flowing through your wrists. And then go the other way. And your wrists warmed up. Now, take your left hand And then clap. Good job. You've made it through about 45-minute yoga class. So take your left hand and pull your right fingertips towards the back of your right arm, towards your right elbow. Just hold that for a few moments. Alright, and do the same thing on the other side. Clap. Good job, good job, good job. Alright. Use your right fingertips to pull your left fingertips towards your left elbow, back of your left elbow. All of these postures are good for a lot of stuff. Our goal here is to find what is good for your body, what's good for you, which postures are best for you and your constitution and your situation. I know my body pretty well. I've been in it most of my life. So, you know your body better than anyone. Don't be afraid of it. Alright, so now we're going to take both hands and we're going to take our fingers and put them on the backs of our fingers on the top of our knee. Then slide the tops of the backs of your hands down, middle fingers touching the floor. And now stretch your wrists, bringing the heels of your hands to the ground. Remember, everybody's pain is the same. We all share it. We're all going through it. Don't judge anybody for struggling. Don't judge yourself for struggling. The more personal that you take the pain, the more it hurts. You make it personal, for some reason it makes it hurt worse. Alright, gently come out of that, back, and we're going to just stretch each finger. So using your left fingertips, pull your right pinky finger backwards towards the wrist. Just pulling the fingers backwards, giving your hands a nice stretch. And pull on the fourth finger. So it's my birthday season. I'm going to be 38 this year. That's fun. Out of the middle finger. I love this season, I really do. I love fall so much. Now pulling on the pointer finger. Point the finger, blame the other. That's from a Tool song. Do you like Tool? Tool's amazing. It's a great band. Now pulling on the thumb, stretching the thumb. Same thing on the other side. Use your right fingertips this time to pull your left pinky back towards your wrist. Now move to the ring finger. And pulling on the middle finger. And the pointer finger. And the thumb. Circle your wrists. Now bring your arms out to the sides, straight out to your sides, so that your palms are facing downwards. But you're not relaxed. They're definitely strong. And then just bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Keep reaching through your right arm and your left arm. Getting a stretch down the right side of your head and your right shoulder. Reach through your right fingertips. Breathing. Inhale your head back up to center. And then bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Getting a stretch through the left shoulder. Inhale yourself back up to center. Inhale your palms to center. Now we're going to bring our hands to our knees, and we're going to just do a silent meditation for 5 minutes. We'll just sit for 5 minutes and silence. You can take whatever seat is best for your body. And really, a few things you can think about at this time to focus on throughout it is either picking a point a few feet out in front of you, just looking at that and just continuing to keep your focus on that throughout the 5 minutes, or your breath, just focusing on the inhale and the exhale, the way that feels coming in and out of whatever area you choose to bring your attention to. And it's just going to help us to wind down at the end of our practice, and then we'll take a few minutes in Savasana. And we are now practicing 5 minutes of silent meditation. That was a minute. Something that is important during the meditation process is keeping the knees below the hips. You don't want them above the hips like this. You want them lower than the hips. This allows for longer meditation periods. The upper body is erect but relaxed. The chin is slightly tucked. The gaze is more or less going down the center of the nose. It doesn't have to be focused really on anything in particular. There are several different things to think about and to focus on during any given meditation. Depends on the personality type. Some people need just a silent, kind of basic, not basic, but simple, less is more type. And that's good for people that have attention issues, like a hard time paying attention, or ADD, ADHD. If you're trying to work through anxiety, visualizing and practicing visualizing imagery might not always help. And certain breathing exercises add to the anxiety. So it depends on what you're using it for. Depends on the purpose of the particular meditation session. If you like silent meditation, I would suggest looking into something called Vipassana meditation. There's a documentary on YouTube called Dhamma Brothers. It's amazing. And that's what I learned about silent meditation from. So we have about a minute and a half left, and I'm not going to speak for the rest of it. Om. All right, so for the final part of this, I'm not going to record the full-length savasana that is generally suggested at the end of a yoga class. It's generally suggested that you lay in savasana for at least 5 minutes at the end of your practice. And if you can stay for 30 minutes, that's great. But I'm not going to record it for 30 minutes, but I will stay in savasana for a few moments just to wind down. And you just lay down on your back and you let bring your heels together and let your toes fall out and let your arms relax at your sides, and with each breath just kind of let a little bit more go. Each exhale, you don't want to quite fall asleep, but you don't, it's not there's very little stress in the body during this practice, this part of the practice. I hope you can hear me. Ram bam ram yam hum sham om. Ram 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 ram. Vam 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 vam. Ram ram Sham, 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 sham. Om, 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 om. I invite Archangel Michael into this space, into this room, into this moment, into this recording, into whomever is watching this video space. I ask you, Archangel Michael, to fill and surround us with your electric blue flame. Protect us from anything that we need protection from, within or without. In Jesus' name I pray. Bless you, Archangel Michael. Bless this day. God, may we please remain close to you throughout it. And may we stay grateful and forgiving, and humble and patient, and full of joy. As it turns into the watch hour that regards your provisions, we give thanks for all that we have, and for all that you are, and for all that's to come. Amen. So when you come out of Savasana, it's recommended that you roll on to one of your sides and then gently push yourself up. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your nose, wiggle your ears, and kind of wake yourself back up from that moment gently. If you can help it, don't bolt out of it and go running. Yes, there we have it. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've seen somebody coming in and out of this feed, and whoever you are, God bless you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will be keeping these videos open to the public so you can return to them at any point. If you are interested in personal one-on-one classes, I'm offering them for free, and we can meet through Zoom. Reach out to me through email, and my email's in my description box on my main channel, on the channel's main page. And the way that the Zoom thing works is we meet 3 separate occasions, and the first time we do more of like an interview type process. The second time we do a yoga class, and then the third time we return and we do feedback. And these are being offered for free. If you want to donate, you can. I definitely appreciate the donations. But right now I am working towards getting teaching hours, and so this is why I'm offering it for free. So thank you for being you. God bless you. Stay encouraged. Stay grateful. May you and your beloveds find true peace, true love, and true healing in this life. Adios.